God. Here we go. I yelled at a midget.
Okay. Hi, everybody. What is this opening? It's like season 17 at this point. Going on for 17 seasons, this podcast. That is a true triumph. And at the same time, this is a banger of a season's opening, Matt. It really is.
I can't disagree. They basically come back out hard. They're going to, of course, talk about the obsession that is social media. And, of course, still pertinent topics now. Is the government watching everything you do all the time? Are they researching you? Mm-hmm. Are they questioning every single decision you make? We're going to find out here on this edition of Let Go, Let Gov. That's right. Let Go, Let Gov, as Dane already kind of started talking about there. It is the first episode of this season. Let Go.
Mm-hmm.
Let Gov. And it is, of course, season 17. This is SMB number 241, which, of course, makes this South Park's 238th overall episode. So, for this particular episode, it kind of comes down to one thing and one thing only. It's a Cartman episode. They come out with a banger. Cartman, of course, he's obsessed with the fact that the NSA doesn't really pay attention to him. He thinks he's such a bad person that the NSA should be taking him more of a,
Oh yeah, there's no corner of this existence that Cartman doesn't think revolves around him. So the NSA and the Patriot Act is of course lumped into that category.
Yes, and the synopsis that the online, information likes to put out there is this: Cartman infiltrates the NSA and doesn't like what he finds in his personal file, which is really nothing. But we're getting ahead here. Let's talk.
Yes, it's absolutely nothing. It's empty, and that makes him angry.
So Stan Marsh, Kenny McCormick, Kyle Broflovsky, they're all waiting for that bus when Kyle starts complaining about this bitch who is always talking on their cell phone with their speakerphone. And of course, after he finishes lamenting, Cartman arrives, and he's that guy talking to someone named Lawrence loud on his speakerphone. Cartman is discussing how he twisted his ankle playing football, but decided to play anyway because everyone needed him. This enrages Kyle.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This enrages Kyle, who immediately calls him out for lying. And then, of course, Cartman's like, "Can you stop listening to my conversation?" And of course, this tangent leads to Lawrence and Cartman are once again talking about the NSA. Then they get Toby's friend on the line. They all find out. They start talking about how they have to repeat themselves. And then they all ask them to repeat themselves once more. So if I didn't mention it, this episode came out in 2013, September of 2013. Of course, this episode is commentary, satirizing the notion that the government is always listening to what you have to say. But Cartman takes it even further because there are, not as much as there once was, but there once at one point in time, a lot of annoying people who would have their friends on speakerphone as they're having a conversation. Yo, you know what I'm just saying?
It still happens.
Okay, you still encounter that.
It still happens, Matt. If you go on a bus, which I do not, if you go on a subway, which I do not, but if you just walk these streets, these hard knocks, you will find people that are still holding their phones in front of their faces like they're about to eat it. But the only thing that's going on is they're having the loudest and most boring conversation ever. I've never heard anything about like drama or roommates or anything like that. It is always just the most mundane things. Now it's with FaceTime. Dear Lord, if this came out now, Cartman would just be on FaceTime with this guy, Lawrence, whoever he is.
Good God. Good God, man.
Good God.
Good God. So let's jump in to some clips.
I am so sick of that stupid bitch, blabbing prissy little skank. Why do people talk on their phone like that? I can't even get a minute of peace before that bitch walks in, holding the cell phone out like this and talking on speakerphone.
As we referred to there, people just loudly speaking on their phone with no regard for others around them.
No, and it's perfect that it's Cartman. It's just perfect that it's him. Of course it would be him. Of course.
Nobody wants to hear your goddamn conversations, you little bitch. You're not that important.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm telling you, it was the worst pain of my entire life.
How many hours were you guys playing?
Like 6 hours, dude. And my friends were all like, dude,
Take that shit off Microphone.
Is that same kid? Yeah, it's that kid Kyle again. He's a total boner, always listening in on my phone calls.
How do we have a choice?
Stop listening to my conversation, Kyle.
I mean, this is how these people think. It's like Cartman embodies a little bit of everyone in this world that you hate, and then it's just set in one child. I'm pretty sure that's the entire point of him, honestly.
That's a fair point, Dane.
And also, he's a psychopath.
Are you the NSA?
Yeah.
Lawrence, remember I was telling you the government listens to everyone's phone calls and reads all our emails?
Yeah, you said that. My dad says the government keeps a database on everyone.
Who is that? Is that Toby?
Yeah.
Dude, Toby, are you over at Lawrence's?
Yeah.
Who are these people?
Like, dude, who are these people? Who are these people? Where did they come from? Did he trick other people to be his friends?
It was never established in
Is
the
he
lore of
king?
South Park who the hell Toby and whoever this other kid is are talking to. Are you talking to Toby?
And you never
Lawrence?
see them again. You never see or hear from them. They're not in any background shots. It's like, are these like girlfriends from Canada level of things? Is he just talking to robots? Or are these people he paid? He probably just tricks some poor people into thinking he's super cute.
I'm super cute. You're not super cute. If you were super cute, you'd be my fan.
Exactly.
Now we're ditching school.
You what? What'd you say?
Me and Toby are ditching school.
So as we mentioned, they're yelling. Okay, so now we're in the lunchroom.
I'm telling you guys, the government thinks they can do whatever they want, and we don't have any privacy anymore.
As he talks as loud as he can and has everybody on speaker. That's why you don't have privacies, because you expect that everyone's just like, what, living in their own reality bubble and they can't hear things around them now?
And by extension, it's like we hit all these accept buttons. We sign up for all these things. We give out our phone number on a constant basis for low level stuff like rewards and emails. And coming from a marketing perspective, Mr. Matthew Schaefer, Gray, it's like those will all get sold. Every single one of those will get sold. So it's like, why even care anymore? You know what I mean? Like, are you really going to fight the government and Google and Apple and literally every other business ever? No, it's all right. It's fine. There's no such thing anymore. But also, Cartman's an asshole.
Just between you and me, I think everyone's too stupid to see what this is all leading to. Did you guys read 1984?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I didn't read it either, but I saw the puppet show version at Casa Bonita.
Okay, hold on. How does that work, man? How does that work? The puppet show version of George Orwell's 1984. What is that going to be? Look, are they Muppets?
That's a dark puppet show at Casa Bonita, bro. Like,
No, it's fine. It opens up with a puppet sitting in an empty room. There's a large puppet on the screen. This sounds great.
We have to do something about this. We need to organize a rally.
That'd be cool.
That'd be what?
It'd be cool.
I know, right? A big rally to tell the government to stay out of our private lives. I'm going to email everybody and put it up on my blog pages. I seriously feel like I'm being spied on right now.
he like constantly follows Kyle too as he's talking out loud because he knows it's pissing him off. And then,
He will continue this for his entire life if alternate timelines are to be believed in the South Park lore. Why is he doing this?
I don't know.
What is this? What point is he trying? This is all to find out if he's super cool, but in the NSA.
I'm not the Perkins you.
I'm sure the government has a file on me a mile long. That's why this is so important, you know? Hang on, I'm going to make a video blog for my Stop Listening to Me website. What's up, everybody? It's me again, just kicking it at my skew. There's going to be a big rally to tell the government to stop gathering information on us. Going to tweet you all the details, but keep quiet because it's top secret. You guys going to update your blogs too?
Gonna tweet you all the details, but keep it quiet because it's top secret. What? I'm gonna put it out on social media, but hey, you know what? Don't say nothing.
Right, exactly. Or we're having a rally to fight government inception into our privacy. I'm going to put it on Facebook. I'm going to share it as an event to all my friends. Be sure to RSVP.
Yeah, it might be fun. You might like it. It'd be great. It'd be sweet.
Dude, I really can't hear you, Lawrence. Are you outside or something?
Now he's
I
outside.
said I got your tweet of the address.
Okay, we'll put Toby back on the phone. You gotta start Googling everyone the directions to the rally site. Toby, you there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Bro, you got...
You there, bro? Yeah, I'm here, bro.
It's just so stupid.
Typical Discord.
And like you never see these kids in this episode.
email Dex about
Yes,
the
but
rally
he
and
also
he'll bring petition
exposes
for
the
us.
hypocrisy in all of us.
Will you please
saying.
take your rally conversation somewhere else?
Oh, hell no, you did not just invade my privacy again. That is the last straw, Cal.
So that was the last straw, Matt. That was the last straw.
That was it.
Everything else, every straw that came before it,
That was
manageable. That one right there, done.
But because Kyle asked politely, can you please stop talking? Then that set him off. You know what I mean? He didn't get that visceral reaction to feed off that energy. I want it, right? So now Cartman, of course, is going to yell to the rest of the playground about how Kyle is, he listens in on your conversation. He works for the NSA.
That was the final one, Matt. That was the one that broke an 8-year-old's back.
We might have an NSA agent right here in our
That's
school.
probably not a good thing to say out loud.
What's the NSA?
Yeah, just so you know, the government is watching everything you do. Always watching. They say it's to keep us safe. But what price is safety, Cal?
What price is safety, Cal? What price is safety, Dan? You tell me.
Apparently a rally and a video blog, Matt.
You tell me. You tell me. All right, so after this, of course, this scares the shit out of Butters, and Butters starts to believe that he needs to pray to the government, because by praying to the government, it's like, he'll be kept in good faith. That's not how this works, but, go ahead, Dane.
Well, I mean, Butters is on the money here. This is a well thought out process here. You can see the dominoes of his brain cells just kind of moving forward as it goes. It's like if they're always spying on you, then they're always watching you. And Matt, if they're always watching you and you're bad, who else are you going to pray to?
Boo,
the government.
Boo, any testy bigger. Boo. Boo.
Shut the hell up.
Boo. Yes, you're right. Who are you going to pray to? To pray to your government. You're right. Your government wants you to be happy.
Yeah. God won't take care of this. Only the DMV will.
Hello? Hey, government. It's me, Butters. I just want to say, well, thanks for watching over me and doing everything you do. And please watch over Mommy and Daddy and my friends Stan and Kyle, Craig and Token.
You know how good of a guy Butters is? Even during this midst of his prayer, he's going to pray for Eric Cartman, because that's the kind of guy Butters Stotch is.
Butters is probably still convinced that Eric is his actual friend rather than his, manipulative shadow.
That's fair.
And even old Eric Cartman. I know he can be a meanie sometimes, but please watch over him too. Good night, government.
Good night, government.
A meanie sometimes. Oh, Butters.
Oh, good old Butters. All right, now back at school here, they're at the computer lab.
Too far this time. There is no doubt the government is tracking me. We're going to have to put off the rally.
They're spying on you?
Yeah, it's right here. I went to Amazon to see if they had Grand Theft Auto 5, and it says, you might also be interested in the Blu-ray for Star Trek. I'm totally interested in the Blu-ray for Star Trek. How did they know that unless the government is keeping tabs on me?
But he makes a good point here, because in 2013 this would always be the talk of people, right? I don't understand. I had my phone, and next thing you know, it was listening to me, and like it's targeting me, and I think they're listening to the government. You know what I mean? Like, people were like this. Now people understand. Oh, that's called target advertising. So yeah, your phone is listening to you. If you give your app permission, it targets what you say, and then it makes suggestions based on that.
And then it can track you across other apps, so it can learn what you like elsewhere and then still give you shit that you can buy on Amazon connected to it. I swear to God, Matt, I talk about cat litter out loud, my phone will know, and it'll send me cat litter pics. Those aren't as exciting.
That's not exciting, but I like it. I like those cat pics. Can you share?
This is war, bro. Forget the rally. We have to go hardcore.
Like what?
All right, listen. I'm going to get a job at the NSA, and then I'm going to put all their secrets up on Twitter.
Nah, don't do that.
No, dude, I'm going to sneak into their headquarters disguised as an employee, and I'm going to... Hey, hang on a second, Lawrence.
Hang on a second, Lawrence. So, of course, Cartman believes he's still being listened to by everything he's saying now by Kyle, because he thinks Kyle, of course, is...
Hey, technically he's right. Everyone is listening to him. It's just not by choice.
They're all making a mockery of him. They're not giving anybody...
As if that was hard.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying he's not giving anybody an opportunity to not listen to him, because he's just so abundantly loud with it. Yeah.
I think we have a nosy Nancy in the room. Dude, my Twitter account might already be compromised. If I'm going to infiltrate the NSA and get all their secrets out to the public, then I'm going to need something better than Twitter.
You need that new thing where you don't need to type.
What, they already have something better than Twitter?
You haven't seen the Alec Baldwin commercial?
All right, so this is probably where we get to some of my favorite parts of the episode. This is beyond Twitter, guys. This is a brand new thing. It's called Shitter. It's an implant that you can be placed inside of your head, so that way you don't have to type anything. From now on, all you have to do is think, and it will automatically put those thoughts out on the internet for you. Let's hear from Alec Baldwin explain to us about Shitter.
Hello, I'm Alec Baldwin, and I love social media, but sometimes I accidentally tweet things that are homophobic. I don't think that way. I just type that way. That's when I realized it wasn't me that was homophobic. It was my thumbs.
It was his thumbs, Dane.
Conspiracy theory here, Matthew.
Go ahead.
We've got Alec Baldwin, a device that is put inside of your brain, and something about an advanced version of Twitter. South Park predicted everything that's going on literally right now. Neuralink, X, Alec Baldwin.
Oh, interesting.
That's right. Turn up that X-Files thing because I'm going even deeper. All right, all these things are connected. What else is connected? Actually, none of those. Well, Elon Musk owns 2 of them. My X-Files thing is done. You can just cut the music now. Okay. That's all I've got.
So yeah, here's Alex Baldwin continues on about Shitter because apparently his thumbs were homophobic. So the first thing he decides to do is, I'm going to chop off my thumbs.
And
and his finger was trigger happy. You got it, Alec. Matt's choking. Matthew is currently dying.
I just love when they get so. I love when they get so graphic on the show, and they're just like,
dude,
he just has his finger cut off here. Let's just watch it again.
He goes right for it, man. Alec Baldwin has no fear, especially in the sight of blood. All right, that was one too many. Anyway. Oh, he does both.
So then the problem was, I don't have thumbs, but I know that everyone in America still wants to hear everything I have to say.
That's true. Don't you think that we should all, sit around the campfire, Dane, and listen to what Alec Baldwin has to say?
There's nothing I like more, Matthew, than grabbing a couple cold ones with the boys and listening to what Alec Baldwin has to say.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Well, that's okay, because now there's a device that can actually take the thoughts in your head and send them directly to the internet. It's called Shitter.
Why is it designed?
I mean, dude, it's a better name than X.
I know, but the way it's designed, now it's coming out of his head. Why is it designed like that? I didn't ever understood that. It's ridiculous. It's hysterical. Granted, It does fall in line with the approved memes of peace sign, bunny ears, big wiener.
Connecting this like end game.
Yeah, I mean,
dear Lord, you just universe 626 in this bitch. Good Lord.
So yeah, it does connect that, but I digress. As you can see, he still doesn't have thumbs, and now we're gonna find out what happens with Alec Baldwin uses his brain waves to have tweets or X's or shitters.
He does look like a fire ant with those things in.
Wires are grafted harmlessly into your skull, and any thought you have is uploaded to the internet and onto all your shitter followers. I'm at a Yankees game right now. God, I love baseball. People who take their cats on planes should be shot.
See, the one flaw in this is it shouldn't be communicated audio-wise out loud. You know what I mean? That's the flaw.
Couldn't it just have a stream on the shitter? Does it really have to do? Well, I mean, it's Alec Baldwin. He probably set this up himself.
He wanted everybody to hear his actual thoughts, so that way everybody knows
all the time
and online. You're right. And, we'll get to it after this clip, but boy, does it feel like we're getting closer and closer to this, Dane. But let's get resuming Alec Baldwin's shitter commercial here.
I'm in a really great physical right now. In 1992, I had sex with the Queen of Monaco. I had my entire fist up her ass. Don't let your social media slow down your need to communicate with the world. Go direct from thought to internet with Shitter. Just finished my shitter commercial. Time to go find a pussy sandwich.
I don't really feel like that's homophobic.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's not too homophobic.
It's extremely. What are you talking about? Of course it is. And also, who has those kinds of thoughts at the Cafe Monet?
Wait a minute. It's not homophobic because he was talking about having sex with a woman. I think it's more like demonizing, or what's the word? Like sexual.
I believe it would be creepy.
It'd be creepy.
It was creepy.
It was super creepy.
And also, he was at
Cringe.
what looked like a French coffee house.
He was at Cafe Monet, which is where, of course, Taylor Swifting, where that took place as well. Nice connection back there. Same episode where, Long Johnson.
Well, Long Johnson, indeed.
Faith Healing, out now on our YouTube, South Park Pod. Check out the review. So back at school now, Cartman, of course, is going to get the shitter installed.
All right, what's up, everybody? What's up? I'm about ready to go to the NSA undercover and see if I can expose some of their secrets. You can follow me on my shitter account at #keepthegovernmentoutofmybusiness.com. Wait, shh. I gotta be careful. Kyle is here, and I'm pretty sure he's trying to listen in.
This is the greatest scene. It really is out of this whole episode. The way he's standing there, how he looks.
He's fully entrenched in his own little world right now.
Would you subscribe to a 24/7 Cartman feed like this, Matt? I think I would have to vote yes.
Yeah, I think I'd be on board. Continuing on, Dane, one of your favorite conversations of this episode. Let's take a look at Cartman and Kyle now.
What the hell are you doing?
Kyle, if you wouldn't mind, this broadcast is for my shitter followers only.
What shitter?
Don't know if you've heard, but the government is actually able to monitor all our emails and Twitter accounts. With shitter, I don't even need a cell phone. My thoughts are sent directly to the internet and then to everyone else on shitter.
Wow.
Yes. Now as I infiltrate the NSA, I'll be able to broadcast everything to all my shitter followers.
I mean, telekinesis style here of being able to project your thoughts out like that without talking.
Incredible technology.
That's fucking cool. I don't know if I would do it.
Incredible technology.
I don't
Being used for social media, which just makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would be ballsy enough to put the antennas in my body like that. But that's really cool. I mean, in my mind, just not even ever having to move your lips, whatever. And it's a
question on the level of severance there. Would you do this to your brain for no reason?
So, I feel like this might be beneficial for individuals who have, gone through something physically traumatic to the point maybe they couldn't talk anymore. Like, having something like that would be pretty cool, right? Because then
wow, what a humane and honorable way to use this technology. But instead, Matt, it's for social media.
It's for social media. Well, initially it'll be humane, but it'll be too expensive for us to get, and then we'll have to wait for the poorers to get the Temu version, which may or may not work all the time. You know what I mean? Well, we're not the 1%. So anybody outside the 1% these days is considered the poorers. Whatever.
I am absolutely in the 1%. The 1% of cuties.
Well, that
was terrible. Just go ahead. No, continue.
That was hot.
Please.
I liked it.
Please.
That was hot. All right, here we go.
You're okay with everything you think going up on the internet?
Yeah, because the government won't respect my privacy.
How many people are odd shitter?
Just 2 so far. Me and Alec Baldwin.
I'm about to sit down and eat a sandwich at this amazing deli run by two f***s in Chelsea.
Yeah, that's homophobic. So I apologize if we just violated.
Yeah, that kind of skirts the line, doesn't it?
But I apologize if we violated just a Twitch thing. But that was from the episode. Nobody was actually saying it. Dane is allowed to say it though by the laws of South Park. I am not, though I will get bleeped. I can, however, press this
And even
button.
better than that, Matt, every time I say it, the government gives me $10.
That's fun. Well, I can press this button.
No bread, no water, just meat. That's what's going to happen tonight.
That's what's going to happen tonight. No bread.
Dear Lord,
water.
why do you have that?
Just meat. Booker T. Can you dig it, sucker?
Oh, cute. I'll have to try it out sometime, LOL.
In 1982, I was at a party at Mike Douglas's house and I f***ed him Bassinger.
Well, that's cute. She's cute. Wink emoji.
That's cute. Wink emoji. All right. Second subplot of this, as we mentioned, Butters is going to start praising the government. So now he goes to the DMV, and he, wants to give penance for, all of the wrongdoings he's committed.
Some of the say
also the most accurate DMV I've ever seen in my life, Matthew.
It is. The DMV.
It really is. Honestly, this is happier looking.
You know, it's interesting you say that. Like, I've been to DMV when it's been really busy. I've also been to the DMV when it's been dead. So, like, I can see it from both ways. If you time it correctly and you go on a specific day, depending on what city you're in. If you're in a large metropolitan city, Atlanta, Los Angeles, probably harder. It's probably going to be busy every day. But, you know, if you're like, you know, Tempe, Scottsdale area where it's not as busy on certain days, you can kind of get in, get out early in the morning.
Yeah, it really is one of those things you have to take a day off from work for, because it's like if you don't go in when no one else exists, then you're just you're going to be one of these people.
That's true. That is true. So Butters, she's scared.
I did something really bad. Really, really bad.
Next.
Oh, God. But my parents always told me, if you do something horrible, then you have to admit it to your protector so that you can have forgiveness. Are these people nice?
DMV people? They're the meanest people on planet Earth.
So first off, the DMV, according to Butters, is the part of the protector. The government is our protector. So we have to pray and praise our government.
Yeah, it'd be either this or the post office, but the DMV is directly connected to the government, whereas the post office is just an arm that it funds. So honestly, Butters has got it all right. I don't know why I made that explanation for just him sitting in a DMV waiting to pray, but it kind of connects the dots.
Kind of connects
those dominoes again.
Kind of connection. Connects those dots. And of course, the second thing to take away from this with Butters is, or what the guy mentions, the people at the DMV are some of the most horrible people. Now, I will say 50% of the time I've not gotten horrible people. Again, as long as you treat people with respect, they'll usually treat you with respect. Have there been instances where I have, what these guys have experienced, where you deal with people who clearly don't want to be there and hate their job in life? Yeah, of course. I mean, that's all part of the circle of life that we all are.
That's everywhere. You could go to McDonald's and encounter a person like that. I mean, the burgers are still good and the DMV is
debatable.
Not, but
McDonald's burgers, come on. Your last name is...
All right, the fillet of fish.
No,
but that's because I'm a real nerd.
Apologize to our listeners and audience. We do not eat McDonald's on this podcast.
Oh, okay. Well, excuse me.
We eat Wendy's, as we are after the Double Baconator sponsorship. Come on, Dane. What are we doing here?
Oh, I messed it up. It's like saying Domino's when you really want the John.
When you really want the... Well, I'm on the East Coast now.
The whole John.
Northeast Coast.
Cheese up to the crust levels of John.
I don't eat that fucking garbage anymore, okay? I fucking eat the good pizza now, all right? I don't eat that fucking bullshit.
You live in Connecticut. Why don't you shut the fuck up?
Pizza capital of the fucking world, bitch. Or United States. Mwah.
You're talking like you're from Long Island.
Hey,
you are like 3 steps away from
Long Island's only 2 fucking hours away, all right?
Oh, God. Here we go. I yelled at a midget.
Okay. All right.
Oh, fucking Butters.
Thank you.
He just walks right up, and that's the first thing that comes out of his mouth. Like,
no hesitation, no fear, plows right in through. What is it like to be that woman right now?
I was watching MTV and this little person was singing a song. I think her name was Pink. And I didn't like the song, and so I yelled, "Hey, get off the TV, you effing midget!" And I was at Barnes & Noble's with my mom, and while she was looking for a book, I saw this picture of Jennifer Lawrence in a magazine.
I mean, we all know where that leads to.
It really does. This is like 3 steps from murder and NFTs.
Oh, I was just going to say this leads to Butter's creamy goo. But, you went there.
Oh, no, actually, that's a way better answer than what I gave.
You went pretty dark to the NFTs, so, yeah.
Yeah, really sorry about that. It's probably the DMV, vibe.
I got you.
Well, I cut the picture out of the magazine while no one was looking. There's more. I took the picture home with me, and I cut Jennifer Lawrence's mouth out with scissors, and then I put my wiener through the hole.
Yes.
All right, who hasn't been there? That's been like Ben Affleck's entire relationship status.
Like, did I ever cut out a hole when I was a kid of a magazine?
No. Paper cuts for one thing, and for 2, everyone in magazines just looks, I don't know. They're not good enough, Matt.
Now,
2 pillows put together.
Did I cut out a hole and maybe try to make that the target? No, but like I thought about that.
Why would you cut out a hole to make it the target?
Because like you gotta have a target when you're.
I thought the target was just the picture.
Yeah, but if you cut out the hole in her mouth and you make that the target,
So it kind of like simulates the wanting look of like, yes, please, Matt, please.
I just thought about this, but like that would be like the optimal performance.
Hey there, Matt. It's me, Angelina Jolie. Please, please, will you finish?
I mean, even if you go further, like if you cut out the hole and you do it over the toilet, right? Then you to get through the hole to get into the water. I mean, that would save you clean.
All right, yeah. Now you're like MacGyvering something to jerk off with.
I'm just saying,
that just needs to stop.
I'm just saying, this is how you got to get around these things when you're born in the 90s. We didn't have the internet, or 80s. I'm sorry, we didn't have the internet. You got to come up with creative ideas, And while I never did that because I never had access to a picture like that was, in a position where I could cut out a hole and then do it in my house.
Also, audience, what he's not telling you is that they didn't have magazines at his house, so he just did all this at the dentist's office.
National Geographic. You could get the girls with the,
Oh well, yeah, but like National Geographic is like Playboy with leaves.
Yeah, but beggars can't be choosers sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes you see some titties. You need to see them bitties. See them fritties.
Beggars can't be choosers, as he talks about Nat Geo.
Nat Geo. That's the National Geographic magazines. You know what I mean? Because like they would have that at school, and they didn't tell you, but then you'd be like looking at it, and you're like, what? And then you show your friends, like, dude,
got a yellow cover for a reason.
Like, bro,
absolutely.
I found some boobs, bro. They're like, what?
That's what you were doing when you were the teenager, Matt. You would go out to the woods with your friends, and you'd like smoke a little hemp, and then you'd have your Nat Geos buried underneath the rock, and you'd all pull them out and go, look how hot this is.
By that point,
and you're just like, I don't know.
No, by the time I was
looking at a photo of a rainforest.
By the time I was 16, family member had Playboy. I was recording those on VHS, DVDs, slinging them things. Make that side money.
See, I had to do the thing where it was either going to be BET music videos or like that weird period where like you could get Showtime or Cinemax for like a week. And then I'm not going to explain that further.
Yeah,
fill in the blanks at that point. I was like 13. That's also weird. Just continue.
The free trial. So here's Butters. He's going to be told by the DMV lady to do some living in Americas or whatever.
I do.
Free.
Why not 1,000 living in Americas?
Yes, I will. Oh, thank you. I will. Oh, I feel so much better already. Living in America.
High to high, hand to hand.
Hand to hand. Hand to hand. Across the nation.
Across the nation. All right, Butters got to do. He's got.
As a railroad track. Ow.
Second part of the side story here. As we mentioned, Cartman is now got the shitter implanted in his head, and he's going to try and bust into the NSA and work for them and expose them for who they are.
Can I help you, sir?
I always like Cartman with the mustache. Cartman with a little mustache there. And then, of course, he's got his little antlers popping up out of his head. That's not noticeable at all. Whatever. Not a big deal.
I mean, he's got slacks and a briefcase. He's obviously here for a job.
Right? It's like he's like, Tally, if I wasn't a man, would I be wearing this fake mustache and top hat? That's all I need to know. Sign here.
Yes, I'm here to apply for the NSA job.
All right, and your name?
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton, as Cartman now tries to get his job here at the NSA.
I don't see you on the list, Mr. Clinton.
Oh, well, must be a clerical mistake, but they are expecting me.
If you're ever in Los Angeles, be sure to look up Jennifer Love Hewitt. She can make a pussy sandwich that'll give those in Chelsea a run for their money.
Why did he just join everything together? He apparently Alec Baldwin only thinks about 3 things, and that was all of them.
Yeah, that was it. I mean, I can't repeat all of them, but they're there: pussy, F word, and sandwiches in Philadelphia or something like that.
Man, I could repeat all of them, and I'd get $10.
Oh well.
Well, technically 11 because I also said sandwich.
Ooh, you get $1 for every time you say sandwich.
I know, it's a gay thing, man.
I like sandwiches.
What have you got, Patricia?
This man says he has an interview for a job, sir.
I am extremely qualified, sir, and very eager to work.
I borrowed my brother's dick once to Daryl Hannah.
I was sure that the appointment was today.
That's quite all right. The NSA needs all the help it can get. Come on upstairs and I'll show you around. See if you're fit for the job.
Okay.
Don't bring Daryl Hannah into this.
So now, of course, there's these, I guess, maybe Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons, whoever they're trying to be as far as like, I think the Jehovah's Witnesses, trying to convert Butters.
Yeah.
Butters is going to be like, oh, you shouldn't do that. And Butters ends up converting these women to be about the government, to praise and pray to their government.
Hello, sir. Colleague and I are going to the neighborhood to see if you'd like to know the truth.
Sure, I love the truth.
Okay, we from Jehovah Witness. We Kingdom Heart Jehovah Witness, and we believe, sir, that many people interpret the Bible into wrong.
What's a Jehovah's Witness?
Yes, sir. We believe the truth. I was once like you. I know not what to believe, but then I let my provider Jehovah into my heart.
Oh my goodness, your little cartoon has a girl on fire.
Yes, because the Jehovah will bring judgment against all and perish like the little girl will burn in the fire.
Like the little girl will burn in the fire.
I mean, yeah, just say what's in front of you. Those watchtowers, those were some crazy magazines.
I mean,
not like I'm calling it crazy. Never mind.
Well, you shouldn't be handing out drawings like this, ma'am. Well, don't you know that the government is watching you?
The government is watching me?
What's that?
He said the government is watching us.
I know.
How long they been watching us?
Can I ask you something? When was the last time you went to your local DMV?
I don't go to DMV. I don't have a car.
Oh, you can walk there. Trust me, you gotta go to the DMV. It's incredible. See, I was like you once, afraid, unsure, doing stuff I shouldn't do, like showing people pictures of little girls with their heads on fire. But you...
He just totally flips this script on it.
He's just commenting on this in real time. And also, the steps between Butters and the NFTs are so clear, because look at how he's selling this.
Yep, and he gives them pamphlets of his own.
This will tell you most of what you need to know about the DMV. But just go. Everyone there is really nice. Your government is watching you, and your government wants you to be happy. Have a nice day.
I mean, that does also sound like some strong rhetoric, from a politician. Your government is watching you and wants you to be happy. Have a good day. You know what I mean?
Everything's religion, man. Everything.
Everything is religion. You are correct. All right, so here's Cartman now as he's getting his tour of the NSA.
Checks up on its citizens.
There's a lot of people working here at the NSA, good people who just want to keep America safe. Only problem is checking all those emails, Twitter accounts, and surveilling all those phone calls can take a lot of manpower. Hey, Joe, what you got, Miller? Got a 24-year-old male in Albuquerque. He just emailed his wife and asked if she could go to the store after work. Then he called a fitness center to set up a membership. He liked the fitness center, so he tweeted his friends that they should try it out. All right, keep an eye on him. Let me know if anything changes. Will do.
I like that South Park comments on the Dane. I think they comment as well here. While of course they're making fun of the fact that yes, the government does, potentially can listen and read everything you do. Most of the stuff they're going to probably find is minuscule, futile, stupid bullshit. Like, hey babe, I'm gonna go to the store and get some milk. You want something? Oh yeah, can you pick me up some cheesecake? Thanks, babe. I really love you. I really love you too. So, I mean, that's kind of the joke they're making here. Well, yes, the NSA is probably listening to everything you say or watching everything you say. Yep. If you're not really saying anything that's crazy, they're probably not, you're not going to be on their radar. And that is what happens here as Eric Cartman finds out he's not really on their radar.
It's a never-ending grind here at the NSA, and it seems there's never enough detectives to keep track of everyone. Sergeant, what have you got, Lawson?
Got a 17-year-old female down in Jacksonville. She called her friend and asked if she wanted to go see the Percy Jackson movie. Then she emailed her mom at work and asked if it was okay. The mom said yes, but called her husband first to make sure there weren't any dinner plans.
All right, keep an eye on all three of them.
Keep an eye on all three of them. That sounds like some important stuff there. We don't know what they're getting up to.
Yeah, Matt, you made a great point. It's like if they're watching in on everything, then they're going to see 90% boring conversations about what to do for dinner and have you seen the new Percy Jackson movie?
Right. I have not at the time. I never did. Sorry. Wasn't in it. Did you watch Percy Jackson?
It was pretty bad.
Okay, there you go. Wasn't it based on a book, right, initially?
It was based on a series of books by Riordan.
Yeah, they seem to not be able, it's like after Harry Potter was successful, all these people tried. Hunger Games was successful, and so was Twilight. But then, you had big flops like Lemony Snicket's, and that should have been turned into something a lot better than what it was. I mean, the movie was good, but the series...
Oh, it was an incredible movie.
Yeah, but the series was, and don't get me wrong, I like NPH, but still, it wasn't good. Yeah. And then,
how dare you? Do not besmirch that series. That series is great until the end, but also the ending of the books was the same exact thing. So,
well, they tell
take
you,
it or leave
but
it.
they tell you it's not going to be a happy ending right from page 1. So, I mean, if take it or leave it, right? I mean,
Yeah, but they don't tell you about the Sugar Bowl, Matt.
okay, that's fair. You have to come and get it.
Will do. If you think you got the stomach for this, then we could definitely use your help, young man. Sir, you might want to check this out. What have you got? 32-year-old pizza delivery man. He just put on his Twitter account that he hates America and wants to blow up the Lincoln Memorial.
So now, this is what the NSA would be for. Now they're going to do something.
4:16 p.m. The chief asked me to join him as he went to question the possible suspect. I agreed to go along. Hopefully the NSA has no idea of my secret intentions.
As it broadcasted live. Right next
I like how also this become like his like noir detective voiceover.
Yes, exactly. Cartman, LA Noir. I think this is funny, which I very rarely catch, and now I'm just thinking about it. It's cartoon in front of a actual human life green screen, I'm assuming, right? Because they got like real life in the background as they're driving in 3D, but they're 2D. Did you notice this?
Yeah, I don't think I ever paid much attention to it until now, but yes, literally, I don't know if they filmed this or more than likely they downloaded like a video of a street.mp4.
Right, exactly. No, you're right. Okay, so they're arriving at this guy's house who just made that threat.
Yeah.
Well, the NSA. I should have known.
We want to talk to you about some tweets you've been tweeting.
Hey, man, I was just blowing smoke. Say, what right does the government have reading my private emails anyway? Haven't you squares heard of the Constitution?
Yeah, we've heard of that. We've also heard of the Declaration of Independence. See, there's a lot of people out there who think like you. People who think their government doesn't have the right to go around poking their noses in the emails of its citizens. That is until a plane flies into a couple towers and a little girl loses her life. You want to live in the land of the free and the home of the brave. But the brave can't be free if the land isn't home, and that land won't be home so long as folks out there want to take that American flag and shove it so far up your anus that you crap stars and stripes for a week. And as you're sitting there on the toilet with the Star-Spangled Montezuma's Revenge, there's one thing I can guarantee.
Yeah, what's that?
You won't care who's checking your Twitter account then.
I never thought of it that way.
I mean,
That's exactly how they pitch the Patriot Act. But also, I've never made this connection. They're there at someone's door talking about little girls burning on fire.
that's what Butters was talking about too, and the other lady.
You use hell as an archway to get what you want, and also 9/11.
9/11. By the way, it's been
Family Guy already did this, but whatever.
Well, it's been over 22.3 years, so we're allowed to make fun of 9/11 now, according to the rules of South Park.
Oh yeah, they were making jokes about that like 2.3 minutes after.
True. Well, that was actually more like 10 years after they kind of did it during For the War, Against the War. Who cares? 100 episodes. But yeah, you're right, Dave.
Oh yeah.
They really didn't. They really kind of, because they were like, "Is that okay to say it?" And 202. There's a lot of things.
Good old Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah. But that being said, yes, we can make fun of 9/11 according to the rules of South Park, but back then it was used as a tool, as you talked about, and still to this day, right? Because, I mean, a lot of questions still freaking remain. That's going to be one of those things, part of our lifetime, where our parents, not say our parents, our grandparents had the JFK thing, right, where that president was assassinated. Our biggest thing in our life is going to be not just Trump attempting the assassination now, but of course the 9/11. That's going to be the biggest thing, I think. That and the pandemic probably is in there. But
9/11, the pandemic, on a very lower level, 2006 housing crisis, but mostly those two, yeah.
Man, we've had a crazy ride so far. It's been a crazy
Dude, we've had to live through way more than our parents, I think. Way more.
I mean, on a domestic standpoint, probably. They probably had to live through the wars and stuff like that. And the whole after war.
Oh yeah, like abroad. Oh, yeah. For sure. They nailed it with Korea and Vietnam, Afghanistan. They just like kept going to countries where brown people were, and then shooting them. All right, back to South Park.
Here's now, of course, Butters has recruited those ladies, and now they're going to go to Craig to try and convince him to go repent for his sins at the DMV.
Truth. The truth about what? We're just going through the neighborhood and seeing if you've accepted the government into your heart. No, I don't think so.
My colleague and I, we went to Shark Space at DMV. We went to DMV, we admit all our shortcomings and stand on a big tidal wave of peace and serenity which is to the sun and touch your heart.
Okay. You see, Craig, one...
First off, I don't know what the fuck she just said. So a piece of the heart. Like, I don't know what she said. And then for Craig to be like, yeah, all right, come on in. Like, Craig reminds me of like my dad. My dad always does this. Like, all right, go ahead, give me your pitch. Like lets these people in, treats them nicely. Like humans, because they are. But then he goes, all right, and then he like argues against them to tell them why they're wrong, and then he makes them leave.
God. Your dad is the one that goes into Best Buy when the DirecTV people are there. He's like, wait a minute, how much could I save?
No, he's not like that, because he calls me to help him look up stuff on the internet. But no, he would be the guy that would let the Jehovah's Witnesses or the Mormons come to the door, and he'd like give them something to drink, hang out with them, and talk to them. My dad was probably, being into the psychology aspect and being a hypnotherapist, was just probably into like trying to understand what their mental capacity is and where they're coming from and how they psychologically got into this. But like me, I have no patience for that. They would show up to the door, and I'd be like, I jack off, I drink coffee, and I like watching, wrestling and porn. Anything else? No, sir. Have a good day. Yep. Have a good day. Goodbye.
Yeah, and then everyone clapped. I would do this for the Mormons, and I have done this for the Mormons back in my old house, but only because they're Mormons and they're super nice. And also, they usually have snacks to give you, which is weird, and free books. But also, they're like really hot. You know what I mean? Like for gay guys, that's like Catholic schoolgirls.
Once I came clean with the government, I no longer had anything to hide. Then I found peace. Have you read any DMV literature? No. Well, there's a lot of interesting stuff in here, Craig. There's even some quotes from President Obama. Could you read this part out loud?
I hate this part. I hate when religious people do this, when they bring you texts or your pamphlets, and then they ask you to read stuff out loud. Can you read this out loud? Tell me what you think that means, or what does that mean to you?
My witness friend did literally this, and he made me read the passage in the Bible that talks about Jehovah and the 144,000. And he was like, what do you think? And I'm like, well, it's in the Bible. He's like, yeah, but that proves it. I'm like, I don't even know what you believe, man. To be frank, I don't care. Not in a bad way, but in a way of like, I'm like, 11.
No, I feel you.
I want to read Goosebumps.
Or what was the other one? Animorphs. You want to read Goosebumps or Animorphs? I got you. I know what you're saying.
See, I never read Animorphs, but what I would do is I would take them off the shelf, and they had that little flip book animation in the corner of the person that the book is about changing into the animal. I would just do that and then put it back on the shelf. All right.
Your local DMV is funded by your tax dollars to be efficient and propitious. Yeah. What do you think President Obama means when he says that? I have no idea. Well, we believe that he means the government loves you, and it wants to forgive you if you just let the government into your heart.
Yes, sir. See, I used to be like you. I go around sending the nasty emails, sending nasty texts, putting nasty pictures on my nasty Facebook. But then I realized all these things, they live forever because the government keep a file on us. So all that live forever up in what they call the cloud. If the government, if they're going to put the file in the cloud, then I want to make sure I come clean about the bad ones and maybe get those things off my record, off the cloud.
So she makes a very good point, though. And this is like at the beginnings of the internet, I made this same point itself. And I would always say, look, whatever you put on the internet, we don't know where it goes, right? So, like, yeah, you can think you're deleting something, but are you really deleting it? I don't know.
I've done it. I've infiltrated the NSA and gained their trust.
So far, I've not ascertained how they're able to keep track of everyone in the country, but I'm close, very close. I just hope that I'm not found out as a whistleblower before I'm able to expose their entire...
Alec Baldwin can't pick up his food because he chopped off his thumbs. Can't pick up utensils.
Yeah, this all makes sense to me.
Operation.
What is that voice?
Some little in my head.
How much money did he get paid for all this? Not enough.
So, as I'm going through people's emails and phone calls, how do I know which people to start with?
Pretty simple. Everyone has a file. People who have a status of threat, possible threat, or person of interest are the ones we really want to look at.
The more we pay attention to them, the bigger their file becomes.
Really? How big is my file?
Huh?
That is, you must have a pretty big file on Eric Cartman. All his blogs and emails have been watched for quite some time.
Jarvis, what have we got on an Eric Cartman? Any files on Eric Cartman?
Yeah, we tracked him for a little bit, but Central Computer designated his status as fat and unimportant.
The fact that they have that as a category is incredible. Who else would fall under that category? Would Trump have fallen under that category at one point in time? Let's discuss.
I don't know. Let's not discuss right now.
Yeah, let's not.
Let's not discuss right now. Here we go. Here's Eric Cartman now getting pissed about the fact that they should be paying more attention to him.
National security, we need to change Eric Cartman's status.
Cartman himself, he didn't really get anywhere with the NSA. Nobody cared. And now we've got Officer Bar Brady.
I know it was wrong to masturbate, and I know it was especially wrong to masturbate while on duty.
What the? Why do these people keep coming here?
But I am done forever with Game of Thrones. Forever.
Next, please.
Thank you.
On duty. Masturbating on duty, Dane.
There is only one hot scene in Game of Thrones that could technically fall under this situation, Matthew, and it is literally Pedro Pascal. That's it. I don't even have to explain the scene. Everyone knows what the scene is, and it's not him getting his head crushed. That would be weird.
All right. So here's, of course, more people waiting in line to talk about, or they're doing their Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, kind of like prayer.
He could crush my head, though. I'm sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
Anyway, so they're doing their Pledge of Allegiance here, like a prayer. And, of course, the DMV people are going to first lament about it. Like, why are they coming in here and doing this? But then eventually they kind of get on board with it.
What the hell is going on here? This is the DMV. There will be no joy here.
People keep showing up and telling us what they did wrong.
Hey, I'm just trying to renew my license. How much longer I gotta wait? Shut up! Sit there and wait, and no cell phones or other things that pass time joyously. I'll put a stop to this.
Look, I am telling you that you are making a huge mistake. Eric Cartman is the NSA's worst nightmare.
Not according to the Central Computer.
So as you heard and saw there, that guy's going to try and put a stop to the happiness. And while that's going on, Cartman here now back at the NSA is still trying to convince them that he's a threat himself, even though they don't care because they've, of course, done their job and figured out that while Cartman has done some dastardly things, making his half-brother eat his own parents, we had not gotten yet to World War... No, did we get to World War Zimmerman already? Have we done World War Zimmerman?
I think so.
Yeah.
Right?
So,
no, wait. I've been gone for about a month.
I don't think we've gotten to World War Zimmerman yet. So I think he technically hasn't killed thousands of people over and over again. So maybe this is what pushes him over that. Maybe he felt so bad that he wasn't the threat that he knew he had to become one. Because to become the threat, you have to be the threat. You know what I'm saying?
Well said, Matt.
Thank you. All right, here's Cartman continuing.
The Central Computer is wrong. You need to change his status.
Sorry, but if Central Computer says he's not a threat, then we can't do anything.
Can't do anything. You're the NSA.
There's 300 million people out there. How do you think we're able to keep track of every single person in the country? How do you think we're able to really know who's doing what?
I don't know.
All right, I'll show you.
So here's the dark truth. It's revealed, Dane, that, one of our favorite characters is being held captive all year long.
I wonder who it could be.
Somebody who has powers, somebody who is able to track and see everything you do. Someone who knows when you've been naughty and knows when you've been nice.
Is it the Family Guy writing staff?
It is not the Family Guy writing staff. It is old Kris Kringle.
But this is very top security stuff. Because if people knew how we did it, then everyone would do it. Then our enemies would do it. We can't let our enemies get their hands on this.
Get their hands on what? Dude.
Even for Cartman, that's kind of fucked up, right? Like, dude, Santa? He brings presents. Like, you can't fucking do that to Santa.
Also, this is genius, by the way.
It is.
As we're staring at this screenshot, that's what I'm saying.
It's with Alec Baldwin.
Your secret is out, NSA. And now that everyone knows what you're doing to Santa, you can kiss your program goodbye.
You should have taken me down when you had the chance. Now everyone knows the truth. And everyone's going to think I'm super cool.
That is not the case. Nobody even talks about it. Nobody even cares about it. It's not even discussed on the news. And Cartman is saddened by this.
and I was a whistleblower, and I thought everyone would be super pissed off at what I exposed about the government, but nobody cares. Nobody cares that the government is listening in on everything. Nobody cares that Santa Claus is hooked up to a big, horrible machine.
I know that the NSA is torturing Santa, sweetie, but they're keeping us safe.
Oh, now you just sound like everybody else.
Honey, it's okay.
It's not going to be okay because now I'm a whistleblower against my country and I'm going to have to hide out in Russia.
Referencing WikiLeaks, Snowden, all those guys here. But of course, Butters now comes to the door here at the end of the episode, and he tells Cartman that he can repent if he just goes to the DMV and he tells the government how much he loves them.
Aw.
Hello. How would you like to know the truth?
The f*** are you talking about, Butters?
It's time to let go, Eric. Don't you see there's no other way? Just let the government into your heart.
It's too late for me, Butters. I have to go to Russia and live with the commie dwarves.
It's never too late. There's a place where you can start over.
What's this?
So he gives him the pamphlets there, and now Eric is going to go to the DMV, and he's like, oh, actually he says, there's a place where I can go, and I can repent on my sins, and I'll be forgiven, like church.
All I have to do is go back to this place every time I do something wrong and admit it, and I'm forgiven again?
That's right.
That's pretty cool.
That's church. You know, it makes people feel like if they have a place to go and tell someone what they're sorry for, then all is forgiven.
Unless you're Jewish.
Oh, there's that. So now, of course, the DMV turns into a big church, and then the guy's going to make a comment on the fact maybe we should allow more people to come to the DMV and talk about how much they love America. And then, of course, it turns into a big scandal at the end because people at the DMV were having sex with little boys, just like at church.
Yes, what happens when you do become a church, Matt? It seems only one outcome is had.
Only one outcome.
We got a new member today. Eric Cartman, do you love your country?
I do. I love my country.
Do you pledge allegiance to the flag?
I pledge it. I pledge that allegiance.
Hallelujah!
You want us to kick him out of here, Lair? No, leave them alone. It's a nice change to see people happy at the DMV. Perhaps we here at the DMV can start changing as well. Perhaps instead of treating people badly, we can offer them comfort and hope. Why, the DMV can be a place where people come to get things off their chest.
And as I mentioned, we'll fast forward to a news report.
Don't you see what this could lead to? Don't you see what we could become? The DMV was shut down today after rampant allegations of sex with young boys. The heads of the DMV were arrested and the directors...
The picture there and there, the little boys, they're all crying. It's so funny.
He said alleged, and there's literally naked children right there.
Stated, quote, hey, it came with the territory. With the DMV shut...
It came with, just like you said, Dane, it was inevitable. It came with the territory.
There's only one outcome. There's only one outcome.
Down, Americans have been asked to confess all wrongdoings at their nearest post office. We've just received word that the U.S. Postal Service has been shut down due to rampant allegations of sex with young boys.
And then, of course, he says, we'll be back in a young boy.
It now appears that the only people who can be trusted with confessions and guidance is your local news station. WMZ News will be back in a young boy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. It's going to do it for another edition of SMB, a South Park Review. We're coming back next week with informative murder porn. What happens when, oh my god, you only have so many cable options? How do you tame a horse in Minecraft? And
how do you tame a horse in Minecraft?
And the parents of South Park are really into informative murder porn. It's all coming out next week on another edition of SMB, a South Park Review.